Hey, y'all, this is Joel. I'm a lifelong Manchester United fan, once coached by a Busby babe, Dennis Violet. And I wanted to do a quick breakdown of this summer transfer window for Manchester United. Let's look through it. Note, the squad can only be 25 players, that is, 21s and overs. And of those 25, only 17 can be internationals. At least 8 have to be homegrowns. Now, that's a unique definition for the Premier League. We'll talk about that later if needed. That means you can have an unlimited number of U21s, and they don't count against your 25, and you can only have 20 on your match day roster. Let's assume that we're playing again this year in a 4-3-2-1 formation. Well, there are different positions on the field. How are we going to make up this total squad of 25 plus U21s? At least 3 goalkeepers, at least 5 center defenders. I think we need to go for 6 wide defenders and try to balance that left and right. In our defensive midfielders, those 2 positions, we need at least 6 there. And 3 attacking mids with a total of 5 wingers, right and left wingers, and then 3 big strikers. Remember, any U21s do not count against our 25. So since we're looking to build a total squad of 31, we're going to need at least 6 U21s out of that 31. Now, here we go. I think Manchester United is making a mistake by not being more careful with their age distribution. We tend to just grab the next available player without thinking about where they fit in their longevity. So let's break it down. Everybody that we're going to look at, we're going to see if they're a U21, which means they don't count against the 25-man squad, or they're a prospect in that 21 to 24 age range. They're on their way up. They're learning the game at the new level. Or maybe they're a pro, 25 to 29, or maybe a veteran, 30 to 34, or maybe a senior, 35 to 38, where we got to be really careful about overpaying them or giving them long contracts. With that in mind, let's look at goalkeepers first. It looks like Lamans, Darlow, and Heaton will be the 3 main goalkeepers. That means me and Vitek, which are too old to be U21s, they got to go. We got to sell him. Maybe we could bump Heaton and get him to retire early and shift one of those up as third place. Vitek doesn't sound like he's interested in that at all, though. So we either retire Heaton and promote me or keep Heaton, which means we got to let me and Vitek both go. Thankfully, Bayendir, Onana, and one more have already gone out on loan. For center defenders, yikes. Maguire and DeLitt, they complement each other, one veteran, one pro. Martinez and Heaven, they complement each other, and Euro kind of willing to play both sides. We just pushed Fredrickson out, which means maybe Armour is the next in line. Thankfully, of these 5 starting center defenders, 2 are U21s. Let's hope DeLitt can stay healthy and Martinez can stay healthy. If not, we're going to be really thin at center back this year. For wide defenders, Shaw's definitely there. Mazraoui is better as a left wide defender. His international team play him there. Dorgu has shown that while we've been playing him as a winger, he's really lacking in some upfront skills. He's also lacking in defensive skills, but I think he fits better as a left back than he does a left winger. And Amos has shown some real ability at left back. That means we've got Dallow at right back and maybe Camison as right back. We've been putting Euro over there or Mazraoui, but that's not their primary position. If we're going to get a new wide defender this season, it probably needs to be a right back, not a left. As for defensive midfielders, we brought in Tielemans. Great. We brought in Santos. Great. Mainu's coming back from England. Fine. Looks like Tyler Fletcher, is the better at the deeper midfield positions. And Ugarte, I know he's injured. He may be out all season. He still counts against our 25-man roster. But to get our 6th, we need a true number 6. Hopefully a pro. the man. Let's look and see if we can pull that off. As for attacking midfielders, if I was to guess right now, it's Fernandez, Mount, Fletcher. I know Mount has been playing a little deeper in this preseason, but we all know who he is. It's either Mount is going to fill this position or Mount's going to shift back and Tielemans is going to fill this position. I don't know. Either way, we've got one opening, and I think it's still at the true number 6. As for wingers, over on the left, Cunha, Rashford. Over on the right, Mbumo Ahmad Lacey. That is our total 5. And thankfully, yet Lacey is another U21 to help us meet our requirements. As for strikers, Sheshko is still there and Xerxes. We've got an opening right here for a striker. And this is where we need a pro, maybe even a veteran, somebody who is out in front of Sheshko in their experience, in their wisdom, but not going to need starting time over Sheshko. But it will be a great 60-40 or 70-30 complement with Sheshko, making Xerxes a real depth option if he stays on the squad. So where are we? We said about 150 million pounds available this season. We've already, thankfully, gotten Hoyland off the books for 38, gotten Greenwood off the books for another 10. Bindier, Onana, Harrison, Fredrickson are all out for at max a million each. So let's say 4. We know what the cost of Tielemans was, 35, and Santos, 48. Darlow came in on a free. And then we've got some other weird little ones like Thompson and Orozco. That still leaves us with 113 million pounds available to do some more on this roster. So what do we got to do? Vitek and me got to go. Right now, they're taking up squad positions. They're too old to jump down to the U21 squad. They got to go. We got to make a decision on Xerxes, and we got to make a decision on Rashford. As for ends, that pro defensive midfielder, a true number 6, we need one, and this will be our biggest spend of the year. I think instead of pursuing a left back like Hall from Newcastle, we need to go get a prospect right back to back up Dallow and to be learning. And then a pro to veteran striker. If we can do all that, that would fill out our 25 squad with at least 6 U21s. Yoro, Heaven, Amos, Fletcher, and Lacey. So what's our next move? Let's say Vitek and me both go for a combined 20 million. That would bump us up to 133 available. We go get a big, hefty defensive midfielder, a true number 6 for 85 mil. That would still leave us 48 mil. And we spend that on a right back, right behind Dallow to compete with Dallow. We'd be at almost break even. And then let's say we got rid of Xerxes and Rashford. We could go get a prospect striker for 38 mil. We'd be at break even at that point. I don't know if this makes it all happen, but let's imagine it. We'd still be short on strikers with this. We wouldn't have the full depth we want at every position, but we'd be really darn close. If you found this helpful and instructive, please like, share, follow, subscribe, that kind of thing to this common sense Man United content. Hope it's been entertaining and helpful. Until next time.